today we will be exploring the Amazon Web Service, and we will be deploying the MapReduce job onto the Amazon EMR platform. That is nothing but the Elastic MapReduce. Okay, and we'll also explore this storage S3 where we will place our input and output files and also the jar file. So before moving on to the AWS, I'll just give a brief description about what our MapReduce job is supposed to do. So it is basically on the test coverage analysis. We have a Java project that is nothing but a Tetris game, and what we have done is we have integrated a Jacoco test coverage tool with this application, and we are analyzing the JUnit test cases that are written in this field of how much code they are covering. Okay, so what I've done is I have run the Jacoco test coverage here on this application, and I have generated the coverage report for each JUnit test, and the report is basically in the HTML format, and we can open one of the file and I'll show you how actually the report looks like. So yeah, so this is the each JUnit test report. Here are the class files, and for this JUnit test we will see the coverage statistics. Okay, so these are the class files, and I'll open this one since the coverage in this class file is more. I'll just open this file. Here you can see the lines are marked in red, green, etc. Green indicates that the lines are covered by that particular test case, and red indicates that those lines are not covered by this test case. Okay, so in this way we have a report for all the 3 tests that are there in the project. Okay, and since they are in HTML format, I have used a HTML parser. Okay, that what this parser will do is it will scan the entire root directory and identify the class files and the JUnit test cases, and it will extract the necessary information into a text file. This is nothing but the output of the HTML parser. Okay, so here I have opened the text file. So this is the text file. Okay, it consists of the JUnit test names and the corresponding lines that they are covering. This is the class name and this is the line name. Okay, so this JUnit test is covering these many lines of this particular class, and this particular class. So in this way we have the data of all the JUnit test units. Okay, JUnit test cases. So what we will do is we will provide this report as input to our MapReduce job. So this is our MapReduce job. I have already written the MapReduce job and extracted it as a jar file. So yeah, so what our MapReduce job will do, it will take this out input and it will produce the output in this particular format. So what will be the format? It is the line number, and the line number is followed by which all tests this line number is covered. Okay, and the output is also sorted in some format. Okay, now we'll move on to the Amazon Web Service. So this is the Amazon Web Service, and this is my account. My name is Raghavendra, and here we are basically interested in 2 services. One is the storage service and one is the EMR. We'll move on to storage service first. This storage S3 service is basically we need to create a bucket here. Each bucket has to have its unique name, and we can place our input and output files and also the necessary jar files. Okay, so this is the bucket that I have created multiple buckets, and this bucket is particularly I'm using for this particular project or this particular job. So we can go inside, and here we have many folders. Okay, we can create n number of folders here for specific use. I have specifically created 4 folders. One is input, jar, output and logs. Okay, so inside the input folder we will place the input files that we are feeding to this MapReduce job. In our case it is the output text file. This output text is nothing but this one. Okay, so this file is I have placed in the input folder. Okay, and inside the jar file I have already uploaded the test coverage jar. Okay, that is nothing but the map reduced job, and we need to make sure that the output directory is empty. Okay, if already the output files is created, then our job will throw a error and it will fail. Okay, so this is all about the storage. Now we'll move on to the EMR service. Okay, so here we need to actually configure a cluster. I have already configured one cluster. Since the provisioning time it varies and it may go up to 2 hours, I have already created one cluster. It has one master and two slave nodes. The master will assign the jobs to the slave nodes, and this cluster, as you see, it's already provisioned and it is in the waiting state. Okay, so waiting state indicates that it is ready to accept the jobs. Okay, so we can look for more information. See, you can see here we have already submitted two jobs for this previously, for this cluster. One is in the failed state and one is in the completed state. Okay, so failed state we can go inside and check for more errors and everything. So now we will submit a new job. Okay, for that we have to click on the add step, and the step type is custom jar. Since we are submitting our own jar file, this will be a custom jar. The name of the job is, we can give a name. Okay, so I'll give test coverage. Okay, coverage statistics, and I'll locate the jar file. Okay, it is inside this bucket, inside the jar folder, and this one. I'll select this, and we need to give the input file directory as the input file directory and the output file directory as the arguments here. That I have already copy pasted here, and I'll just place it there. So this is nothing but our input to the map reduce job, and this is where the output will be produced. Okay, and make sure this is empty. Okay, this is not created, otherwise the job will throw an error. Okay, so I'll add. Okay, so now you can see the status here is pending. Okay, you can click the job and look for more information. So it is pending. Pending indicates that it is running and it will take some time to get completed. Okay, so meanwhile we can just refresh this and check for if any logs created, if any errors occurred. Okay, this will take some time, some 2 or 3 minutes to complete the job. Till then I'll just pause the video and I'll see here it is updated to running, and I'll get back. I'll resume back once the job is completed or failed. Okay, so yeah, welcome back guys, and you can see here the coverage is completed, and we can click here for more information. Here's the elapsed time that the job has taken to complete, and we have some log files generated here. And this error file, there are no errors generated since it is completed successfully. If it had been failed, then this would have been created one more file here wherein we click and we would have got the error messages. So yeah, we will now move on to our S3 bucket where the output files would have been generated, and we'll check the output file. And this is the bucket that we had given for output, and you can see here the result folder has been created, which was not there earlier, and this is a success. Okay, this file indicates that our job is success, and this is the reducer output, and the reducer output we can check what actually is the content. We can open the file. Okay, it was downloaded. I'll just open this file in the notepad++, and here is the output. Okay, so it contains the line number and the test. Okay, and this is nothing but this format. where I have mentioned this is the line 1 and the tests that are covering that particular line. Okay, this is the line number, this is the test. This line number, particular line in this particular file is being covered by only one test. Okay, so initially it is ordered in the ascending order. Okay, I have 3, so all the lines that are covered by only one test are at the start, and if you just scroll down you'll end up with the multiple tests. Here this particular line in this particular file, okay, line number 83 in this particular file is being covered by 2 tests. Okay, so in the same way here, if you see, these are all 2 tests. Okay, and if you scroll to the bottom, okay, so here you can see this is the main file, and line number 13 it is being covered by 3 tests. Okay, it is covered thrice, okay, in 3 test cases. Okay, so if you scroll at the end you will get the lines that are covered multiple times, 4 or 5 times. Okay, so this is the sorted, and this is what the required format of output we were expected to. Thanks, and thanks guys for watching the video.